Alrighty. Well, we got this one in the shop. Feller wants to pull the tank out of it. It's on an S10 chassis. That's all I know. It's got the stock tank, but he wants to run his exhaust out the side. And he wants to relocate. What you're going to do is put a Mustang tank in the back under the floor with like an access panel here to get at it. That's the plan. So, yeah, super clean truck. I guess it's originally a GMC. So, I've been told. So basically the front sheet metal and hood have been changed. Or the front grille and the hood have been changed, but it has definitely got one healthy small block in her. No idea what it is, but it definitely sounds cool. So anyways, we're gonna get this squared up, get it lifted up on the hoist, kind of see what's all going on. I have a feeling I'm just going to just blindly just drop the fuel tank and then start working from there back. I think the plan, there's a few little things to do, but we're gonna do that. We're gonna fill the hole in the side of the box. We're gonna mount the tank, access there, replumb the lines there. And then it's going to go off to the muffler shop. It's not something I'm going to do. He doesn't want to try to run it underneath the tank because he feels that the exhaust is too close to the fuel tank to do that. So he wants to pull the tank out. So that's cool. No worries. But man, isn't this sucker just clean? Dig it. Anyhow. I'm gonna go in for supper, and I'm gonna come back and start tearing into this thing. All right, well, we got the fuel tank dropped. I pulled the sender out because I was going to use it with his this feller's fuel gauge, but turns out it doesn't work right. So I got to see if I have one or if he can tell me what the sender was, or what the one, I don't know. It's like a Bosch gauge, so it just doesn't seem to jive. I had a stock GM one, it doesn't flow right with that. I had the Ford Mustang one, it doesn't jive with that. I'm guessing this is like a 240 to something. I don't know what it is, maybe. But it doesn't even run in the full sweep right, so I don't know. Not too worried. We can always play with that later. The plan is we're throwing a Mustang fuel tank in there. Oh, you just seen that too, didn't you? Okay, I got to get that out of there. Stupid leaves. Anyways, we'll do that after. So you watched me drop the tank. I don't know who did this swap, but man, is it nice. It is so nicely done. It's crazy. Oh, that was, but like the mounts are all nice. Nicely done. I love this back cross member. Sure beats the one I've always made. So essentially it looks like a 2x2 going across. 2x2 stacked over there. He's got it burned to the frame, but it goes through the top mount. And up and over, bolts in. Like, dang, that's just nice. Even down here, nice and simple. 2x2, 2x2. Everything's under the frame. It's nice. Super nice. Dig it. Front cross member's a little weird. Love the bumper bracket. That's nice. Nice. Simple. The other part gets a little, I don't know, there's a lot going on. But it works. So, it's all that matters. Anywho, our plan is going to be dropping this Mustang tank back here. He's got a pretty cool bracket made back here for like the box slash bumper and stuff. So there's a lot of fab work went into this thing. So basically, I'm just going to build a frame structure to go off the back. It goes over here. It'll kind of clear everything. So I'll have to tie in somewhere. I think it'll come off the frame rail, go across, and I don't know. Kind of hard to explain. It's just going to be a big box to which I can take the tank and bolt it up into. It's pretty much my game plan. So, let's get going. Well, this is fitting in really well. I just cut one plate, just have it kind of schmacked in there. A little close to the shocks, but they're only going to go the opposite way when everything's said and done. I could go back a little bit. I'm just trying to keep the tank kind of high so you don't really see it from behind. Or put it as high as a feller can. So that's not terrible. But the tank does kind of leans back, which I don't really like. Even though the truck's for sure going to have a bit of a rake, it'll end up being fine. But it's probably better to leave it so that, whatever, it's always got fuel to the front. So with that said, I like where the front's sitting. I'm just going to tower up the back a little bit. So I got to pick up some material tomorrow. I have some 1x1 so I can do the upper frame, and I'm going to tap it so you can just bolt it straight up. But in the rear, I'm actually going to get a piece of angle, so then I can buzz it to this this bumper bracket that he's made. And then a feller that thing will just lift off of there like that. Kind of sit up here, just a little bit above. Yep, I think that'll be the way to go. So I'll probably do that, and then I can make this bracket bolt to it so we can still take the bumper off and kind of do his thing. Cool. Alrighty. Then we'll have to, I don't have the carpentry skills, but I guess he's trusting that I can do this, is put a hole in here for his filler. Man, it's putting a lot of trust in me. Shouldn't be too bad. Looks like it's dead nuts in the middle of this board. So it's probably between his straps, and we got to make some fancy way for that to work. We can do it. We'll make it happen. Anywho, I'll pull this down. I'm going to build the upper frame structure till I get the angle iron. And then, yeah, next thing is just plumb some lines. And we're pretty much done. Like, that's really it. The fuel sender, like I say, is a problem. They're all wrong, so We got to find out what that Bosch unit was, and then see if I can find a sending unit that'll work proper for it. I'm guessing the fella bought it, put it in, whatever it said, because for some reason I think it said it had half a tank or a full tank, but there's only a quarter tank in there, and when I took the sender out and tried to play with it, it did not work good at all. So we'll fix that up. We'll get her fixed. And there's just a couple little things, so I guess once that's done, I'm gonna have to, I'll buzz in a plate in here for him, cover that up. He can finish that up however he wants. And I think on the door latch, yeah, I don't know if you can see from there, but that little bottom twangy bit on the door latch is kind of buggered this bit. So I'm just gonna weld it up, because normally I think that thing is why his door hangs up a bit. So, yeah. Anywho, let's get the fuel tank out and get half the bracketry made and drilled and tapped. Did about all I can do tonight. I zapped in the frame. I still need to do that angle for the back and tap them. My drill tap things for the win. You see that? Makes quick work of that. So I'll just do some whole bunch of 1/4" screws everywhere. And I'll do the same on the back. I'm going to bolt this panel to the other L bracket after, but that should bring everything into place. And then yeah, I'll have to come back and do the old hole saw through the box and really hope that I can do that straight. He does have his license plate light going through there into the middle, so no, that should be fine. That's going through one of those sides. Yeah, easy peasy. I guess till tomorrow. Gonna wait for him to tell me if he knows what that sending unit was for. If it's supposed to be for GM or not, I don't know. We will find out. But I'm gonna get some steel tomorrow, and then we should be able to get this thing all buttoned up tomorrow, and then can get back on this thing. Alright, well, I got said bracket buzzed in. It's over here. We've mounted it up into these bumper brackets, so it's still removable by disconnecting the bumper brackets. That'll make this bracketry loose. I guess now we just fit the tank and see. I'm pretty sure it's this middle board is what I'm gonna have to cut apart, but I really don't want to do it. I might still pass that on to the other fella yet, I'm not sure. But anyways, we got that done. The tank is here. I called him up. I have no idea. I called him, asked him if he has any plans to do an LS in the future. He doesn't know. He says there was a possibility. So instead of having to deal with the fuel tank then, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weld a small steel plate onto here that can be drilled and tapped down the road. So if a fella ever wanted it, I guess because this tank has a drain, a guy could put it into there, but I'm here. It'll take 2 seconds to do. I'm just gonna buzz on a little plate that can be drilled and tapped down the road. So we'll get started with that. A little bit of struggling, but I'm getting close. We got our one hole we got here. I'm gonna clamp it. I want this just poking out the top of the box just enough that the cap will screw on and hide the hole that I had to put in there. So with any luck, I didn't screw up. Alrighty, well, tank is all bolted in. We have, didn't show you, but there's our plate up in the corner, so if he ever decides to LS it, he can drill and tap that thing. We'll be able to put this, I gotta play with the sending unit now, so you can get that going. I'm about to drop it and see how close and not ugly, hopefully, the fuel filler is. Well, it's a hair bit off, but I don't think it'll be bad. When I put the cap on, you don't see it, so I'm gonna call it good. Hopefully. Is what it is. Can't change much. You can lower it down if he wants to put a door on it. I think that looks okay. Well, it'll have to do. Alright, well, fuel system is done. So we got our filter, 3/8 line, runs up, over, down to the back. Does its business back there. Ran our fuel gauge wire. We are not going to change anything with that sending unit. We're going to leave it as is, just because it's easier to just get the right gauge for the tank. So we'll just do that. Guess what's left is to throw some fuel in her and see if she fires up. And then I'll have to address the hole in the side of the box here. Alright, I welded up the hole. I didn't hit all the holes because, I don't know, both sides of the box have the same stuff going on, so I left it. this is nice. I did the little tab on the door. I think I showed before while I was welding. So I don't know. You're saying his door was getting hung up. I think that helps with the latching system. So that's good now. So I guess we'll see if it fires up. And make sure there's no leaks in the system. Alright, well, shows full gauge, and then I believe half a tank is empty, so well, it's still running, so I'm guessing that's a win. Well, technically, I am done, but he does have these exhaust tips to which he wants to run them through the fender here, but he wants them just a quick trim along here so that these pipes kind of stick out. I guess he wants to come at this angle underneath the truck. So I think he's just going to do it so this angle slash kind of comes like that. So we're just going to do a quick, I'm going to redo that, but redo my Sharpie mark on there. Basically blitz the fender out to fit these. So when he goes to the exhaust shop, they're ready to hang underneath there. Alright, well that was simple enough. I originally had it a little bit farther forward, but there's a running board brace under there, so we wouldn't be able to tuck the pipe up as nice. And then I just basically mirrored it from the other side, so at least symmetrical, it's all the same here. And then, yeah, now when the pipe goes in, you gave her a little bit of breathing room around. But I guess that's going to be the overall effect that he's going for. So I think that is her. On to the owner's now going to pick her up and do his thing. Basically from here it's going to the exhaust shop and should be cruising it. Well, there she is. Well, it's a nice looking truck though, eh? So simple fuel tank swap. my paint skills aren't that great to match. Well, I don't have the right paint, so hopefully he's got some matching to do there. There's my little door handle fix down there. So now it's works well. Fuel tank's up nice and high. Can't see it really from behind. Yeah, can't really see it at all, so that's kind of a win. And then we have our fuel filler in the box here. So, good stuff. Well, I think that's about it for this one. So we're gonna leave her. So, I'd like to thank you folks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. We'll be doing some more Merc stuff. Later.